Hello my friends, it's Caddy. I am sharing my 86 process video and number 14 of 15 layouts I'm creating with this kit that I made from my stash. My layout is titled Me and You. It's a picture of my two boys, and this was on Easter a few years back. So basically, with this kit that I created, I was originally going to scrap that photo, but then I took the Easter one instead. So basically, with this kit, for my Work at Wednesday challenge, if you guys don't know, my Work at Wednesday challenge is it's just a little challenge I have for myself, where I challenge myself to get something done. This case, I made a kit with my stash, and then I challenged myself to make 15 layouts with this kit. This is 14, so I'm almost there. I have one more to go. And as you can see, right now, at this point, I'm basically down to scraps, so I don't have a ton of things. I have scraps. Those little flourish pieces are from a 12 by 12 flourish paper that I had, which I cut up, and if you look at my previous videos, you can see that I did cut that up and use that. So this is just what I have left over. So basically, I'm taking all the scraps that I have left over. That wood grain paper is from the 6x6 paper pad, which I just cut it in half, as I think you guys just saw me do, and then I just put it across the page like that to make it look like a big 12 by 12 strip. And then I'm taking this other wood, like wood plank, in this like minty green color, and I'm taking that as well, and I am going to use that. Now I took that, and then I took that other script paper, and I made kind of like a banner, and then I'm going to do the same with the thinner strip, and I'm going to cut a piece of the other one of that script paper and make another banner. And then I'm taking little scraps that I have of both papers, and then I'm going to make like a little cluster on the bottom right hand side, and I'm going to take a piece of that flourish paper as well. So that's what I'm going to do, just to kind of bring whatever I have on the left side of the page, I'm going to bring that down to the bottom. Now this was a perfect time to use that little flamingo, it's a gold flare badge that I received in a pocket letter, and I have it. And this picture, we were at the zoo, so we went to the zoo for Easter, and there were flamingos in the background, so it was perfect. So I am using some light gray cardstock to mat the photo, and then I'm going to mat it on dark gray cardstock. So the picture, the background, even though it's like a daytime photo, it's a little bit dark around the photo, as you can see in the back. So I use the light gray to kind of brighten it up, and then the dark gray to make it pop a little bit more. So then I'm taking this paper, which has all those letters on it, and I'm going to use that to map my photo, because I was trying to see if maybe I could fussy cut those letters out, but there was really nothing that I could spell with them. So because of the letters that were on it, so I just decided to use it to map my photo. And then here I go, I'm making a little banner sort of with this script paper and that other piece of that wood plank paper, and I like how that looks. And then I kind of cut, you know, the green one a little bit longer, so it's not perfect. And I'm taking a strip that I have of that teal paper with the diagonal stripes, which was one of my favorites in this collection. I had just a strip of it, so I cut it up, and then I put it on either side of my photo. And then I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking strips of paper that I have and pieces of paper, and I'm just cutting them to kind of add some layers around my photo, because at this point I don't have the full sheet of paper, even the 6x6. I have a few 6x6 papers, but not the ones that I wanted to use. So then I take this other wood grain, which is a darker wood grain, and that's just to add some interest around my photo. And then I'm taking some of this thin cardboard, which you guys always see me use, and I'm just putting 4 layers of that behind my photo to make my photo pop up. And then I decide I like where everything is, so I'm going to start gluing things down. Now this is where it's going to get messy in a little bit, because I'm going to realize that I want to move everything over to the left a little bit more. And then my that white cardstock, it's really I don't know, it really adheres to that ATG glue, and it's really hard to get things off of it. So this is some new white cardstock that I bought at Tuesday morning. When I went with Evie, you guys know Life with Evie, we went to Tuesday morning together, and we it was kind of funny because she said we were looking through the paper pads, and then she said, gosh, I wish they would have white cardstock because it's what, you know, we all use the most. And then we turned the corner onto like a little end cap of the store, and there were 2 packs of white cardstock. I don't know if there were more than 2, but I know there was one for each of us. So it was pretty funny. So we both got the packs of the white cardstock. But this white cardstock, oh man, it really once you stick something down with the ATG gun, it really adheres. So yeah. So that's when I decide, yeah, I want to move everything over to the left. And then I start lifting everything up, and then I realize what a mess I am going to make of this paper. So I'm just kind of slowly ripping everything up, trying not to rip up my papers. And then you can see that I totally messed up that paper. So, and then when I moved it over, it was kind of going to show. So that's why I had to get another piece of paper. So I just got another piece of white paper, and then now I'm making sure that I'm going to adhere it down where I want it so that I don't have the same issue again. So you can see I just move it over to the left a bit more. So yeah, because I wanted it to be kind of off to the left, all of my clusters, and well, not my clusters, but all of my interests to be over to the left. So I'm taking off my little cluster down there and replacing that on the bottom. So yeah, so just adhering everything down right now. And I wanted my photo to fall between the wood grain paper and that other strip of the script paper, the 2 lighter papers. So I wanted that to be like that, so that's exactly what I did. Thought about using these Heidi Swap hearts because I need to use them, but and because the pink matched with the flamingos, but I decided I didn't want them on this layout. It just wasn't gonna work for me on that layout. So I'm just looking around right now and seeing what I have left, and then I say, oh man, I'm gonna use that ampersand, and I'm gonna use up some of these things that I have that are kind of left over. Like I have from the Basic Gray frames package, I have that 1 frame left over, so I decide to use that frame. And I'm just taking off the plastic that it brings on the front of it. I don't know if I said this before, but if you guys didn't know that, I didn't know that. I didn't know that these acetate pieces bring like a clear packaging on top so that you could remove it and it's a bit brighter. But they do. So I just learned that at my crop the other day with Evie. She told me about it, so I didn't know. So I'm taking the frame and I'm going to place it sideways. I'm just taking some foam, little foam circles, and then I placed 3 big ones at the bottom where it has that thicker portion. I put 3 of the smaller ones on the top, and then on the sides I just cut 1 in half and placed it there. So, and then I placed it sideways, and then that kind of just draws your attention to my boys and the flamingos. So so yeah, so then I definitely knew I wanted to use that ampersand, which that ampersand I absolutely love, and I've been dying to use it. I just haven't found the right moment to use it or the right layout. And then these 2 pieces from crepe paper, which are from the Pure collection, these are the only 2 pieces I have left from that pack. So I'm gonna use them on this layout as well, and it's just a little pinwheel a circle on the bottom, and then that geo tag which says happy on the top. So yeah, it took me a while to kind of get everything how I wanted it. I decided to start cutting up this circle paper, which I have some of it left over, and I'm just cutting out some of the circles, and I will fussy cut them. Of course I'm not going to make you guys watch me fussy cut them, but I just cut some of them out, and I cut the blue and the orange ones just to kind of bring out more of the orange, which my boys have on their shirt. And then I'm going to use one of the light orange ones to back my little flare badge with my flamingo. And then I'm just trying to see how I want to layer these, if I want to cluster them all together or what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with them. So you're going to see me just kind of fuss around with them for a little bit until I decide what I want to do. And then from the ephemera pack, I realized that I had that pink bunny in there, and it was so perfect because this was on Easter. So I thought, wow, how perfect is that? I have to use that bunny on here. And then I thought I might as well use that blue squirrel, because where else am I going to use that squirrel? And we're at the zoo, so what better place to use that squirrel than at the zoo? So I decided to kind of cluster my little circles like that, just kind of one next to the other. And then my bunny on there as well. And I think I'm going to leave that heart there. I'm not sure if I do or I don't. So yeah, so I'm just kind of layering little embellishments and trying to see what I want to use. Looking through my ephemera pack, and then I decided to take that ampersand, and I've had such a hard time using that ampersand. I think just the pink and the gold, it just clashes with everything I usually do, so I'm gonna just cut it up and then use it behind the pinwheel at the bottom, and then use it behind the that circle that I put behind the geotag on the top, and then that's just gonna add a little bit of pink and then bring in pink in 3 places on my layout, because you know I'm trying to follow the rule of 3s. So I have pink kind of spread out, and it's just a very light hint of pink, so it's not overpowering, and it's still a boy layout. Even though I've said it before, I have no problem adding pink to my layouts about my boys, because it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so now I'm just taking some of that foam, not foam, I'm sorry, the thin cardboard, and I'm just placing little strips behind my little bunny cluster so that it could pop up, because the photo, it was popped up, so I needed something to give it the height so it can be the same height as my photo. And then there's my ampersand. I decided to just commit and stick the ampersand down, because otherwise I'm never going to use it. And I really do love that ampersand. It's very pretty. So yeah, I needed one more layer of thin cardboard on my little cluster there. And then what am I going to do now? Okay, I think I'm going to take, yeah, from the We Are Memory Keepers cork pack, I'm going to take these two. One of them says the details, and one of them says You Are My Sunshine. And I'm going to take those, and I am going to use one of them on the bottom cluster. And then here I go again. I had to lift up my bottom cluster because I wanted to use one of those cork pieces on the bottom. But it wasn't too bad. My paper did rip a little bit, but since I'm going to have something big under it, it's not really going to show, so it wasn't really a big deal. So and then I decided to kind of cut around it, because the cork is the words on it is printed in black, and then it has like a black frame, but it was kind of uneven, so there was like cork hanging out at the bottom, you know, and it was just weird. So I just cut off that little strip at the bottom, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. I'm going to kind of cut off all of those weird pieces, and just leave them, you know, the circle, or the frame I should say, around the words. So I'm trying to make that little guy work, and then I thought about not putting him on there, and there I go, cutting around my little cork piece. And then now it takes me a little minute to get that wax paper that I have on it off of it, because I cut around it, so I really didn't have anywhere to grab it. So but there, I got it. I got it. And then I take these, which are the American Crafts, and these are in the doll font, and these are like fabric thickers, and then these are my favorite. I love these. And then I just gave it that very, very extremely, what is it? Creative title of Me and You. So yeah, so I'm just about finishing up. I'm gonna bring that little guy back. I have to use him, because otherwise he's just gonna sit there and I'm not gonna use him. So I brought him in there, and then he's kind of hidden up there, but it's okay. So then I'm gonna take some little of these black, they're not enamel dots, they're called little black jewels, but they look just like enamel dots. They're just they have a little bit more dimension. So I just take those and I put them on 3 areas on my layout to add some interest. And I take some of these little cork arrows, which I absolutely love, and I'm going to place one at the bottom of my title and one at the top of my title. So so those kind of just point to my boys. And let me see, I'm trying to make the little cork heart work, but I don't end up using it, I don't think I do. No, I don't know why I didn't want to add anything else. I thought it was pretty much done, and And yeah, so I'm very happy with the end result. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned because I have one more layout to go with this kit. So stay tuned because that's coming up very soon, and then I'll be completed with, or my Work It Wednesday challenge will be completed. So thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye bye.